Have you ever thought about starting your own service business? Maybe the idea of being your own boss sounds incredible, but here's the reality. It is not as simple as it looks. Running a service business or any business comes with a lot of challenges that most people don't ever even think about until they're right in the middle of it. So today we are going to talk about what it really takes, the hardest parts of running a service business, and how you can set yourself up for success from the very start. Whether you're just thinking about starting or if you're already in the grind, this is for you. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to share why I think that most service businesses fail in the first year and how you can avoid it. And I'm also going to share one thing that has changed my business forever, but all the stuff in between is pretty damn good too. Now, the first challenge is having the testicular fortitude to actually get started. You're going to have friends, you're going to have family that might think that you're absolutely batshit crazy for starting a business or thinking about it even, especially if you've got no experience or maybe you're too young or you're too old. And yeah, the idea of leaving a steady income, it can be scary. But here's the truth. That steady job is only steady until that company decides to downsize or hire somebody cheaper. When you start your own business, you are taking control of your future and it's all on your shoulders now. And that can be really good or it can be really bad. But the key is believing in yourself and understanding that it's okay to take a calculated risk, because with no risk, there is no reward. And the most successful people are the ones that take the biggest risks. Look at me. I started my career after college as a sales guy, working for a big Fortune 50 company. During that time, I also started a custom motorcycle shop. And we also started a couple service business during that time. Then I started a YouTube channel. Then I founded QuoteIQ, the fastest growing CRM for service businesses. And none of that could have happened if I wasn't willing to bet on myself and take risks, which leads us into figuring out how to start. So once you've made the decision to actually start, the next struggle or hurdle is figuring out what you need to do, right? What do you actually need? What equipment are you going to have when you're first starting out? And what are you going to need moving forward? What kind of insurance and how much is that going to cost you? Depending on where you live, what licensing is required? When is the right time to set up an LLC? And how the hell do you even do that? These are just a few questions that every new business owner has to face, and it can get overwhelming pretty fast. Now, education is everything. Before you even start, take the time to dig deep, learn as much as you possibly can, do your market research, figure out where you can stand out, and then focus on niches that other companies might be overlooking. Watch YouTube videos, invest in coaching, get the proper training. These are steps that I wish I had taken when I first started out. And that is exactly why we created things like How to Wash 2, commercial and residential. That's pressure washing and soft washing training, how to stripe. And these are the things that give us the knowledge, the tools, and the experience. You can learn from our experience that we've gained over all these years for a fraction of what one job cost, right? And this isn't just theory. It's trial and error wisdom from the field that's going to save you a ton of time and money by avoiding the costly mistakes that other people have made. So education, invest in your education. That's it. One of the biggest lessons that I learned was realizing that I didn't know everything, right? There's always a better way. And there are people out there that can actually teach you if you're humble enough to listen. And once you embrace that mindset, you can fast track your success instead of trying to figure it out all on your own. It's also important, like I said, to niche down and focus on areas where you can stand out. What are things that other companies aren't doing? And that's your opportunity to differentiate your business from everybody else. Plus, it's going to be a lot less expensive when it comes to the marketing, but we'll get into that in a second, which is customer acquisition, right? Getting customers is another huge challenge for any business. And yeah, you can start with friends, you can start with family, and that's going to help get the ball rolling, but that is not going to last forever. You need to have a solid understanding of advertising and an understanding of marketing in order to grow the business, right? Advertising is about getting people to notice you, while marketing is about convincing them to give you a chance and hire you. Understanding the difference between organic and paid advertising, knowing what works for your industry, and then creating strong calls to action. It's absolutely essential, right? The goal is to fill your calendar with paying customers consistently. And you're probably not going to be the best at sales right when you start, right out of the gate. Your marketing is going to need to be fine-tuned, and you're going to need to get used to hearing no a lot. And you can't let it get to you. It's not a negative no, but you need to embrace and understand that there are going to be a lot of yeses beyond those no's, right? So don't give up. It takes time. So just keep that in mind. The next thing is organization, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I made early on was not running my business like a real business. I treated it more like a side hustle. And back then we didn't really have all the same technology that we do today. And for the first 4 or 5 years, everything that we did was on paper, right? Invoices, estimates, all of our customer contact information, none of it was organized in a database or saved properly, and it's all gone. And looking back, I know that I have left hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because I didn't have that contact information. I couldn't follow up with those customers, so they weren't recurring repeat business customers, right? And because I didn't have that information, I didn't have a way to track, what we charged them in the past. And had they happened to call us back, I wouldn't know. But I missed out on a ton of repeat business and upselling opportunities because I wasn't organized and I didn't keep track of stuff. And that's why having systems in place is so critical. Staying organized is going to help you stay on top of your business, build trust with customers, and maximize your revenue. That's exactly why we use QuoteIQ for obvious reasons. It also allows us to send estimates, invoices, get paid fast, look professional, keep track of our customers, and even manage email and text blasts, the email automation. These are the tools that are essential for every single business. And if you want, you can try it for 99 cents at myquoteiq.com. And trust me, the right systems actually make a huge difference. Okay. You don't have to use QuoteIQ, but please use something, okay? Next is balancing quality and speed, okay? And this is a challenge that you're going to face when you're running a service business, and it's finding the sweet spot in between quality and speed. You want to deliver exceptional work, something that you can take pride in and that your customers are going to be happy with. But if you spend too much time chasing perfection on every single job, your profitability will take a hit. On the flip side, rushing to get the job done quickly can lead to mistakes, callbacks, pissed off customers, and that's not what we want. So it's a constant balancing act. In fact, one of the things that I have learned is that sometimes I have to throttle back my team because they get so focused on perfection that they will spend way, way, way too much time tweaking every single little detail until it's perfect. And while I appreciate that dedication, that extra time doesn't always translate into better results for the customer. And they certainly don't help the bottom line. And I have to remind them that great is often good enough. And perfection isn't always what the customer is looking for. Most of the time, they just want a job well done and in a timely manner. And this is where investing in better equipment, refining your processes, teaching, training, educating is going to make a huge difference, right? And having the right tools can help you work more efficiently without sacrificing quality. For example, upgrading to commercial grade equipment can shave hours off of a job. And then obviously streamlining your workflow from how you prep the site, how you clean up, how you all that stuff, saving time, not cutting corners, but just, being more efficient, critical. And the key is understanding where to focus your energy and your time, right? Delivering consistent, high quality work that meets your customers' expectations while maintaining efficiency is what separates a thriving business from one that is barely scraping by. And it's not about compromising your standards. It's about working smarter and not harder. And then we have to deal with all of those wonderful customers, right? And the customers are the lifeblood of our businesses. Without them, we wouldn't be in business. And you're going to have good customers. You're going to have bad customers, but you have to remember that this is your business and the customer is not always right. Customers don't set your prices. Customers don't dictate your processes or tell you how you are going to operate. You've built your business to work a certain way, and it's your job to stick to it. Communication, professionalism, very important. And you also have to be clear about your pricing, your policies, and your procedures up front, but never bend the knee just to please somebody else, right? It's your business, not theirs. And the right customers are going to respect your professionalism, and the wrong ones, they can pound sand. You got to stay firm but respectful, and then you're going to attract the customers who actually value what you're doing, not ones who want to control how you do it. And then something that can plague any small business owner is avoiding burnout, right? And I'm going to keep this one short because if you're like me, you love to work, right? And I can't turn my mind off. I hate sleep because it feels unproductive. And I'm always looking for ways to improve myself, improve my business. But you also need to know that running a service business really is a 24/7 job. If you're wearing all the hats like sales, operations, customer service, you're doing the job, fixing the equipment, burnout can and will happen. So you got to set boundaries, delegate tasks when you can, and make time for yourself, right? Your mental, your physical health are just as important as your business, because you don't want to drop dead of a heart attack or a stroke before you can actually enjoy the fruits of all of the hard work that you put in building this business. And I told you that I was going to tell you why most businesses fail. Okay. Well, the hardest part of running a service business is everything from starting out to getting customers to staying organized. It is all unbelievably tough. It's difficult, but every challenge is an opportunity to grow. But still, most businesses fail in the first year. And the reason why is I think most of these businesses fail because people underestimate what it really takes to run a business, right? It's not just about doing the work. It's not just about the labor. It's about commitment. It's about effort and handling the grind day in and day out. And most people, honestly, they're just too soft. A lot of people also struggle with marketing and sales, which are critical to success, but can absolutely be learned if you're willing to put in the time and learn the craft, right? Dedicate yourself to these things. One of the biggest factors in preventing failure is focusing on the customer, right? Being attentive to the customer. And if you deliver an outstanding experience, follow up consistently and go that extra mile, your customers are going to keep coming back. And recurring customers, they are way cheaper and way more valuable than constantly chasing new ones, trying to run ads and your marketing to get new customers. It gets expensive. But if your follow-up game is weak or you're delivering subpar work, you're going to lose those opportunities. Building trust, providing value, and staying top of mind are non-negotiables. Now, I also said that I was going to tell you the one thing that changed my business forever, and that was implementing remote quoting. With just an address, a phone number, and an email, I can send professional estimates in a matter of minutes, right? This saved me so much time, allowing me to focus on selling more jobs and growing my business and doing a bunch of other stuff like I told you about earlier. When I first started, I didn't have these tools, and everything was done manually and everything was slow, and it cost me opportunities, and it made follow-ups almost impossible, right? I can't go to every single job to do every single quote. And the guys that can get there faster are the ones that are going to get the work, which is why like having a virtual call team that answers every single call coming in, having InstaQuote on your website that can quote all of your customers, having QuoteIQ that just helps you manage all that stuff in your business is going to make you that much better, right? And it's going to help you automate your emails, your text follow-ups, stay in front of your customers all in one place. And staying organized and being able to respond quickly are the things that can make or break a business. So why do most businesses fail? It's the lack of preparation, poor organization, and not staying on top of customers. So how do you avoid it? Well, you invest in the right tools, you get educated, and you commit to putting in the work every single day. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Do the like, subscribe thing, whatever else you want to do, and we'll see you on the next one.